Financial wellness. Reach out to them for advice at 855-DON-GINO. And now back to your hosts, Don Getling and Gino Franti.
So child custody and guardianship and all that. We'll start talking about some of those issues and stuff and how you guys are helping some of these families out with that.
Well, children before they turn 18 are minors, and most parents are very loving parents, and they want to give their children everything. Which doesn't necessarily mean that you get to keep the child and the other person doesn't. It's really what is in the best interest of the child, and that's what the court looks at, and that's what we're going to help teach our clients and educate them on what is in the best interest of the child, and try to set up a visitation plan so that the child gets both mom and dad or both partners equally.
So if we're being honest about this, I'm sure one of the things that takes into consideration is, are you working? Are you not working? Is there a substance abuse situation? I mean, those are all things that probably come up in court, I'm sure.
Of course. So a lot of the time, it's not in the I would say most of the time, it's not in the best interest of a child to be with a parent who abuses drugs or alcohol.
Of course.
That's just a given. And, if you throw those facts in front of a judge, the judge is likely going to say, no way, you're not getting any visitation. And if you are, it's going to be monitored or minimal at best. What was your other issue? I'm sorry.
No, I was saying drugs or substance or just even alcohol.
Work.
I mean,
and work. Yeah.
Right.
Whether they're working or not, or if they can provide for the child, of course.
Of course. Well, there's always child support that comes into play as well. So if one person earns more than the other, then the person earning more may have to pay child support to the other party.
Which is at the best interest of the child. I know it's funny, you see a lot of, one spouse or the other trying to see how much they can get out of that, but really it's to the best interest. And isn't that what the courts are really looking at?
That's the standard. You have to look at what's in the best interest of the child. So whether that child is going to have a bed to sleep on and a roof over their head, that's what the court is going to look at. Definitely. And when it comes to work, I don't think that the judge or a court is really going to penalize a parent for working. And they shouldn't, because a lot of parents, a lot of families, one person is the working parent and the other person is the stay-at-home parent. And just because dad works all the time doesn't mean that dad can't have custody of their child. They might have to make arrangements such as daycare or longer hours at school, but that really shouldn't deprive dad from caring for the child.
For being responsible and doing what he needs to do to provide for the family.
Correct.
Going back to child support for a minute, you think about it, and it's, as you're married, you're paying child support, you're supporting your children.
Right.
And it's expensive, right?
Oh,
I've
right.
got 3 of them. It's damn expensive. So at the same time, why do people feel that when they get divorced, oh, that's it, I'm not paying for it anymore?
Yeah.
Why does that
It's so
happen?
funny. As soon as people start entering into divorce, they're saying, well, I bought that with my money. Now she can't sleep on that bed. And it's like, no, it was your money. It is community money. And
community property
right.
state, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you heard that right here on the
Right.
Donna Gino Roseanne Finance Show. And we're here with Sana Mashedy, the Reape-Rickett Law Firm, talking about family law. And she's a family law expert as well as their firm. We believe Reape-Rickett is the best family law firm around. I know, like Gino and I always tease that we're going to make sure that we have a retainer for Reape-Rickett so that in case our spouses get upset with us, they don't go to them first. We'll always say, sorry, they're ours. So I want the best on my side. I guarantee it. We always hear the horror stories. They're like, darn it, my wife's attorney was better than mine.
Yeah. And hopefully, if you run into those things, those are all things, like we said, many times we've talked to them about mediation.
Yeah,
Right.
that's a big
Hopefully
thing.
it's just not that bad where it can't be mediated away for just some token amount
Right.
for the time that's spent. Like you said, if someone has something that's not very contested, sometimes people can work things out pretty easily.
A
But
lot
it
of
just
the time.
be nice to get the paperwork done right. Because trust
Right.
me, when they come to get a home loan 3 years later and it says, hey, it says here you were going to sell the house. Well, we didn't. Well, you didn't get an amendment, so now one of you defaulted on your divorce decree. It kind of invalidates the whole thing.
Mm-hmm. Right. It's really important to not skip out when it comes to writing up the final paperwork for a divorce. And if you are able to talk to the other person and you know exactly what you want, Reape-Rickett can help you draft a judgment and be done with your divorce, and they'll go over all of the subparts that need to be addressed so that you're not sitting here 20 years later saying, hey, what about X, Y, and Z? What about the safety deposit box? That wasn't mentioned in the judgment. What are we going to do with that? So Reape-Rickett will be there to help you.
All right. So before we teased up a certain thing, and it's very topical right now at this time of the year. I would imagine you guys can really help out with a very testy situation when it comes to the children and stuff, especially over holidays and who gets to see the child at certain holidays. You guys probably help out with that, because what's nice is a mediation process is almost imperative of that thing, because each side's going to see their side, right?
Well, for example, right now I'm working with a client that mom is of one faith and mom is Jewish and dad is Christian. Dad celebrates Christmas, mom celebrates Hanukkah. So there needs to be a child custody plan where during winter break, during Christmas time, the child can spend time with dad. During Hanukkah, child can spend time with mom, and really getting the days right, getting the times right for pickup and drop off. These little things can really cause parties to fight with one another, and just having all that enumerated in paperwork can really help the parties. A lot of heartache during the holidays.
I bet. The only good thing is that child's getting a lot of gifts.
Right. Right.
All right. So, bottom line is we're running, short on time. We really enjoyed having you on the show. Again, we're here with Sana Mashedy with Reape-Rickett Law Firm, family law expert, and just a very sweet lady that loves what she does.
Yeah, I do. I really enjoy it, and I really like working at the firm that I'm at. I have great people there, very friendly. Mm-hmm.
And you help make a very difficult situation as easy as possible. It's never easy, but every time we talk to any of you from Reape-Rickett Law Firm, including you, Sana, you guys really care.
Right, and I mean, one of the things is that you will always get somebody on the phone. So there are 3 people assigned to one case. So just imagine the probability of actually talking to somebody who will answer your questions versus...
Well, how can they get a hold of you then?
It's 661-288-1000.
There you go.
Yeah.
288-1000, Sana Mashedy. Thank you very much for being part of our show.
Thank you for having me. I really enjoyed it.
What a treat. And we thank all of you for being part of our show today.
Even me?
Even you, Mr. Gino Franti. And you can find out more by going to donandgino.com. We have all these shows. We pre-record these shows thanks to Furman back there running the boards. We got 3 HD cameras. It's fully recorded. You can see tons and tons of interviews, actually broken on now into playlists, so you can learn so much more from these great professionals. You'll see college planning, family law situations, financial situations, estate planning, you name it, we got it. We're here for you every Saturday, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Please check us out. We hope you'll be with us every Saturday. Anything else, Gino?
No, that's it. Just be good humans.
All right. Have a great weekend.
Thank you.